Hey guys, what's going on? Paul here. Welcome back to another Cardano catch-up where we'll take a look at some of the main news items and events around the Cardano ecosystem right now. So one of the biggest is USDM, the fiat-backed stablecoin, went live over the weekend. If you're trading it, be careful right now. There is only a small amount of liquidity. We'll look into all of that. World Mobile leaving Cardano was a big topic across Twitter over the last few days too. We'll look into that. No, they're not leaving. There are changes and things happening, but they've been happening for a long time. We'll look at that and I'll give you my opinions. Lots of different project updates, which I will leave timestamps down below. Some centralized exchange talk and different updates from projects. Timestamps below. If you get value, please do share it out. Give this video a like, comment questions or any topics you'd like me to dive into in other videos down below. Subscribe if you're new. I do appreciate it. Let's jump into it. Okay, so USDM went live on Cardano over the weekend. This is the fiat-backed stablecoin from Mehin. This is the first native fiat-backed stablecoin on Cardano. We do have USDC and USDT as bridged versions through one chain, but now this is a native asset that is fiat-backed. So it's something that really is needed in the Cardano ecosystem for trading and to really help with trading volumes, because you don't always want to trade two volatile pairs. And by that I mean, if you wanted to trade WMT to ADA, then they're two volatile pairs. They move up and down all the time, and sometimes if you're trading, you want to be able to sell off the volatile asset into a stable coin and sit there and wait and see what the market does. So we got this on, this post here says March 17th, but it was March 16th in the US, which was their target date to launch, and we got the initial mint. Now it was only small, but it is great to see it live. If we look at Cardano Scan, and I'll put links to this stuff down below because you will need to keep up to date with this if you want to trade it right now, because liquidity is very small. I would say be cautious, or maybe don't trade it yet for another few days, and I'll do an update towards the end of the week to see where liquidity is at. But if you look down here, then you can see these were the two initial mints that brought it up to 420 USDM. And then there was a 10K mint. So this is $10,000 were minted into USDM, and that one happened overnight. So that was added to some of the dexes. If we look at ADA markets here, actually, what you can do is I'll leave a link to this below. This is the aggregator that I am a part of. But what we have is a section down here for pools, so you can check liquidity across dexes. So in this one, you can see here that on MinSwap, there is a pool created. Currently, there is nearly 23,000 ADA, and there is 6,500 USDM in that pool. Right now, the price is trading, 1 USDM is trading at 3.48 ADA, which, let's have a look. If we look at 3.48 ADA, 1 USDM is about $2.10. So the peg is completely off. Right now, I'm not sure why people are trying to buy USDM right now. Probably don't understand that it is going to come back to $1, because once more starts to get minted, the next people that come in and mint USDM are going to be able to come in and sell that. So they're able to mint it for $1, and then they can come in and sell it on the market. Now with this liquidity, it wouldn't take a huge amount to push the price back down. But as more liquidity comes in, we will see this start to stabilize at $1. If you look at trades are going through here. You can see MinSwap is the most of them. There is a liquidity pool on Wing Riders and on SundaeSwap. You can see very small trades going through there as well. The reason that we don't actually show them here, just in case you're wondering, is they are only very small right now. So once they get across a certain level, then we start to pull them in and pull them into the aggregation. So as more USDM is minted, there'll be more on other exchanges, and then you'll start to see them here, and you'll probably start to get splits in your trades. When you go to trade here, it will tell you that you get the most value if you trade on 2 dexes or whatever way it is. And just to show that, if we look at USDM on SundaeSwap here, you can see the TVL right now is only 734 ADA. So any kind of trade at all, and that really is going to have fairly decent slippage. So for us, it's not worth including that yet, but it will automatically be picked up when it goes above a certain level. So that is USDM. Great to see it live. Hoping to see lots more liquidity flow into it as this week goes on and as the next few months go on. So I will leave links to that below for anyone who wants to track it, because it is important if you are going to trade it. Just when we're talking about dexes, VyFi brought out a really nice feature yesterday, which was their shopping cart. So when you use the VyFinance Dex now, what you can do is when you go on to use it, I will do an example in another video, but you can start adding all your orders to the Dex or to the cart. So whether you are buying and selling tokens, you can start adding them all up and putting them into a cart like you do with any e-commerce shop, or if you're harvesting your farms or serving to the bar, you add them all to the cart, and at the end then you submit it as one transaction. So you pay far less transaction fees. You still pay the same batcher fees and stuff like that because that's all separate. But as in the transaction fee to the network, which is generally around 0.2 ADA, if you have a lot of actions going into the 1TX, it will be slightly higher, maybe up at 0.25 or 0.3, but you don't pay the individual TX for every action that you're trying to do. So if you are fairly active, this is a really nice feature to have. Congratulations to the team, and I will demo that in another video too. So one more then is for trading is Snekbot by DexHunter, which is a Telegram trading bot for Cardano. So this is out in beta right now. We'll leave links to it down below for anyone who wants to check it out. Over the last while, Telegram trading bots have got very popular on other chains. And up until now, I don't think we've had one live for Cardano. I know there was this one building last year, Botty, and I did check it out at the time, but there hasn't been any posts since September last year, so I don't know if this one is still active. But if you want to use a Telegram trading bot, right now you can go in and try out the one by DexHunter and Snek. Congratulations to the team for building and getting it out there. I will be testing. You can see it here. This is how it looks. Everything happens through Telegram. I would say treat it like you would treat a hot wallet. Don't put any funds in there that will be kept for the long term. They should always stay in cold storage away from anything that is actively trading, just for the safe side. I'm not saying there's anything wrong here with the wallets or anything like that, but just for security purposes, only ever have funds in a hot wallet that you are actively trading. And just on security and wallets, this is what meme coins on Cardano are producing right now. If you compare this to Slerf, don't know if people have heard of this one yet. Gone absolutely crazy in the last few days with all these top exchanges listing it due to the absolute shit show that's going on over there, where they raised $10 million in Solana within, I don't know, was it within a few hours? And what happened then was the founder created the LP on the DEXs. So this is, he put this all and the assigned tokens into the DEXs. Then he went to burn the LP token and it didn't burn for him first, or he thought it didn't burn. So he went then and decided to just burn everything in that particular wallet. After he done it, he realized that not only did he burn the LP token, he also burned all the tokens that should have been sent to pre-sale investors. So that meant that the people who put in $10 million combined, they got absolutely nothing back. So I don't know what's going to happen. There's different campaigns about fundraising and different things like that. But it's just insane what's going on. Look, there's no problem investing in markets like this and taking the gamble. Just be aware of the risks. Like I talk about, allocate different portions of your portfolio. This here would be, and not this particular coin, I mean meme coins in general, and especially what's going on Solana with the absolute insanity, potentially massive potential, but also extremely high risk. So put small percentages in. No financial advice, decide for yourself. But no matter how good people tell you that the next launch is going to be, just be very careful. Only ever put in whatever you're putting in, consider it lost. And if you get potential returns, great. If you get multiples, get your initial funds out as quickly as possible. On DEXs, AXO Trade have started the rollout of exchanges. So XBTO is, these posts here were about, they will be using them for liquidity, for providing liquidity on centralized exchanges. And that's who they will be using to help make it a smoother trading experience over the centralized exchanges. Centralized exchanges will be a lot happier having a fairly big liquidity provider there, making it easier for a smoother trading experience on the exchanges. Bitmart is the first one that got announced here. They have said that they have been talking to, or basically have agreements with 10. Down here they say how to get listed on 2 centralized exchanges in 1 day. XBTO, one of the largest and first liquidity providers in crypto, is facilitating the market making for AXO, making centralized exchanges eager to list it. So I'll leave links below for anyone who wants to read into them. Bitmart is the first. They're okay. They are a smaller exchange. Liquidity, I'm not sure how much will be there, but I'm looking forward to seeing what the next few are. MEXC is a very popular one right now for different Cardano native assets getting listed. It seems to be the go-to one. And even Indigo, yesterday I was helping co-host a Twitter space on updates all about Indigo and what's going on. I got to ask the questions of the team on V2, what's coming, how they're going to fix the DPEG and centralized exchanges. I put it out there, and MEXC was the name that came back that they will be listing on them. No definitive date on that, but over the next few weeks we should see a listing for Indigo, as well as a few other different Cardano native assets. Okay, then let's move to some of the controversy from Twitter over the last few days, and that is with World Mobile. I'm only going to give the high level here because I'm waiting on all the official announcements and documentation and all that type of stuff to go through it fully. Maybe even be able to sit down with Antonio and Mickey fairly soon to go through all of it and look at what the future holds. Twitter was talking about World Mobile is leaving Cardano. First off, they're not leaving Cardano. They still have lots of plans on how they're integrating with Cardano and what they're doing, but they're not building on the layer 1 for Cardano. They haven't been planning to do that for a long time now at this point. Anyone who follows the channel will know I've talked about the ISI chain they were building using the Cosmos SDK. There is a pivot in that now, and actually this post here is what kicked it all off. It was a reply from Antonio to Vanessa, who was asking about World Mobile, and he talked about it here, how they were building with Aya using the Cosmos SDK. One of the limitations that they found there was scaling the number of validators. So they have 1000 Earth node operator NFTs. That is your license to run a node in the network. I have one myself. I will run a node when it goes to mainnet. But they were having issues there with scaling that, and I think a few other bits, which we'll wait for the official documentation on or official announcements. But they are pivoting to create what they're calling a layer 1 plus. So this will be a type of blockchain that is specific for the telecoms industry. They're looking to build it in a way like the partner chain model, which isn't fully public yet, but they will be able to utilize some of the partner chain framework, which is Cardano, and be able to have links that way. Again, I don't know the full details on what that's going to be. That's why I'm going to wait for the official announcements and details how it's all going to work. The next Earth node operator call, we have one once a month. We're told we'll get a lot more details on the technicals in that one, and you can be sure that I will talk about them here. So I don't want to go too much deeper into this. I will say on a high level, World Mobile aren't leaving Cardano. They're not going to be building on the Cardano layer 1, which they haven't been planning for a while. Look, even if we had input endorsers for scaling for the Cardano layer 1 right now, I still don't think World Mobile would be able to build on the layer 1 due to the amount of transactions they need to go through and the cost of transactions. So there was, I think Paddy put it out on Twitter talking about that if you were making a call and you were paying more in the transaction fee than you were actually paying for the call, then it's not really going to work. So that's why we need things like sidechains, layer 2s, and other options that can take the load, because not everything needs to run on the layer 1. You can use the layer 1 for security, and then all of the individual transactions can happen on layer 2s or sidechains, and we do need to look at roll-ups and things like that that will help there too. But scalability is, that's a discussion for another day. Another post here that I will link below, actually, Nova Earth Nodes put out a really good thread on Twitter that details a lot of this and took a lot of the different screenshots that people were talking about and sharing. This one was from the Telegram group where Antonio gave kind of the whole timeline. I think this is going to be converted into proper post by the World Mobile team to give the details on what the timeline has been. So back in August 21, they were looking at IOG. We're going to do a lot on the blockchain development side, but things did change there, and it came back to World Mobile that they needed to do a lot more on it. They started looking at Cosmos SDK, building Aya, and I'll leave a link to this below for people who want the details. I don't want this video to go too long. Charles has come out and made a post as well, all about what's going on here, and he says that, where was the summary? It's an audacious mission, but World Mobile and their leader Mickey have the skills, integrity, and vision to achieve this. But he basically says that, look, he sees World Mobile aren't leaving Cardano, and they are looking for what they are trying to do. Basically, it can't run on the layer 1. They do need a specific type of blockchain for that, and he is still in full support of World Mobile. Even, let's see, was there one here? So Mickey has been making some posts too, and he says down the bottom here, an important one, a relationship with both IOG and Charles remains exceptionally strong and positive. There has been no intentional disappointment from their side. IOG is an equity holder in WMT, underscoring the strength of the partnership. So I think we're going to hear a lot more about this, and Mickey has said in other posts that he is committed to the partner chain model and looking at the interactions with Cardano for World Mobile. So once we get more info on it and all the official statements and everything, I will bring them to you guys here too. Next, thought this was interesting. NMKR had one of the announcements last week was, or yes, 2 days ago, was that EMURGO have become a strategic investor in NMKR. So I'm looking forward to seeing what comes out of this. EMURGO, one of the founding entities of Cardano, starting to make a bit more effort to get involved in the community, get involved in projects within Cardano. Yoroi is definitely stepping up their game over the last while in terms of wallets too, bringing out a lot of new updates and features, and it's starting to become a wallet that you could actually recommend to people again. It's one of the ones I recommended when I started the channel first, but the performance and everything had gone down over the last few years, but definitely has got a lot better in the last 6 to 12 months. Then IAGON, I sat down with NavG Monday for a live AMA. I had a few questions from the community, put them to him. Got a lot of people coming on to the stream asking questions as well. I think it was a really good update on what is the latest on IAGON. I will leave a link to that down below. We talked about centralized exchanges, different things about staking, nodes, compute, decentralized compute, when that's going to come, and a few other bits about partnerships and things that are happening with IAGON. So if you're interested, the link to that one will be down below. Finally, there is an event coming up for Atrium in London. Don't think I'll be able to make it out myself, but just wanted to mention it because BigPay was on the channel recently. The incentivized testnet for Atrium is still ongoing, so make sure and check that out and see what's going on over there. The event is happening on Saturday the 13th, so it is in the evening in London, and it's powered by Upstream. Links for that will be down below too. Thanks for watching, guys. Hope you got some value and lots more content to come throughout the week. Let me know if there's anything in particular you'd like me to take a look at, and I'll talk to you soon.